I thought all you had to do was decap it. Oh well. Let's hope the Scarabs make it through. So that Wraith was actually a terrible idea.
The people here have already accepted the Black Testament. So will you.
Now it seems like the Blood Pulse is actually just one. So I'll move my units back a little bit. Seems like no more attacks are... there's some Zerglings there. Actually, that's not Zerg... Oh, okay, there's the Zerglings. That's not good. I don't want to play with the Zerglings. Oh, great, the Zerglings. Now, it's a good thing the Zerglings don't do too much damage. I'll actually try and make him jump as far as he can. Jump. Oh, god damn it. Alright, Zerglings attacked. It's great. Oh, that's actually a squad of Immortals. That's not good. Alright, you know what? Let's bring 2 squads of Zerglings. That ought to fix that problem. Ah, my leg! My leg! So apparently the Zerglings are actually making the Necron Lord lose morale, even though he's having fun killing all of them. I feel like there should be a morale gain from him performing sync kills. Make him feel full of himself. So the Zerglings are making their way slowly towards the objective. So that actually took a while, but I feel like we are still doing well. Trying to stop the Blood Pulse, which is exceptionally dangerous against Necrons because of how the Necrons work. Mostly infantry focused. Oh, we gotta do the good old kill the Zerglings. Although I think that one actually whiffed. It didn't actually do much. Oh well. Did I lose more Zerglings? Actually, I'm beginning to call everything Zerglings. The Scarabs are Zerglings, the Cultists are Zerglings. That's what they are, right? Yeah, they're Cultists.
None can
So that took a while. Are they going to send it to our base, or are they going to send that to wherever we are? Because if that thing comes here, it's going to get rolled over by the Bloodthirster. I mean, by the Nightbringer. If it gets sent to the base, then we might have to fight it. Out the Lord, which is annoying. So I'll actually position the Lord over here. That way he can defend the base using his 2 jumps. And also our next strategic point is over here. I want control of that relic so that I can get everything else I want. Like the monolith. So I'll actually start fortifying this position right now because it is very important to us. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. Where are you, Bloodthirster? What the hell? Why is it in here? Ugh. Oh, that's annoying now that the Lord is sort of far away from where it's supposed to be. Okay, get all this shit away. The Lord's jump is going to recharge soon. Okay, where is this thing? Get back here. Cowards die in shame. Don't run away from death. In Dawn of War, death chases you. Actually, everywhere death chases you. Now, where did that Bloodthirster go? I need to go and pay it a beating. There it is. You can see how much damage is actually taking from the Nightbringer. This is a relic unit with a really, I think this is boosted health. This is not standard health. And I think it's really given up on life right now, or is stuck behind the squad of Chaos Marines. Either way, it's sort of being a law. I'm hoping that the Nightbringer will continue its normal attack. Pariahs probably should not tank. I mean, yeah, they should tank, but they should not tank that. Okay, we managed to pay that a beating, so that's good. Alright, time to jump. Because we kind of want the Necron Lord in the battle as well. What the shit is happening here? Well, at least this is done. So make a squad of these.
Only I can hear your prayers here, my friend. And I'm afraid I will not answer them.
So the Wraith died, which is not really a big problem. We're reinforcing this. Gonna reinforce that as well, so let's go ahead and do that. And make some more Zerglings. Seems like we're still doing good over here. Sorcerer is sort of getting his ass handed to him. We'll get the Necron Lord on this, and also the Tomb Spider on this. Those are basically the heavy damage dealers. We'll get the Immortals on the things that the Immortals are actually good against. We'll have the Warriors screen the Zerglings. Probably should be a Tomb Spider's job, but the Tomb Spiders are kind of busy. Alright, so now we have units. That's good, right? Well, they're shooting. We got these guys, which doesn't seem to be dying. That's good. Now, I am gonna start upgrading this one, just because it takes about as long to build a new monolith as it is to get the fat monolith over here from the base. So I'm choosing to build a new one just because we can. Seems like the Zerglings are indeed attacking. Actually, do I care about this? That's the question. Do I care at all about the fact that there is a production building here? We'll get the Immortals on it. Tomb Spider's probably fucked. That's actually another good thing about the Necrons. A lot of their things come back to life where they died, so Tomb Spiders, Necron Lords are the only things that actually does that. But that actually is a huge composition, a huge chunk of our actual composition. I'll actually leave these things to defend this place. Got the flayed ones back in. Going to teleport this back home. So going to be, actually we can't make any more. Now flayed ones cheesing is pretty effective. So that's actually something I'll be doing quite a lot. So again, not really doing a good job fortifying this place, but really not as important. Right now, most of what's happening here are Zerglings, so not really that much to worry about. Going to rebuild the stuff that we lost over there in the base to the whatever that was. Going to rebuild the Tomb Spider. Now, Tomb Spiders usually rotate between which ones come back to life, but since we only have 2 corpses, then the 2 corpses are going to be the only thing that's rotated. What I mean by that is, once I build the 3rd Tomb Spider, which is the one I'm building right now, it'll be the dead one that comes back to life as opposed to spawning a new one. Now, normally you will have 3 Tomb Spider corpses beside your command center, but it's not going to happen this time because, well, strongholds don't spawn you with corpses, so the Tomb Spiders themselves just sort of appear. So we got the monolith timed up with the relic capture, which is great. We'll get our units moving again. And where is the Tomb Spider? Oh, actually it survived being killed. So we did make a 3rd one. That's good. Get rid of the Zerglings. Let's hit the good old Zerglings. Let's get these guys on here. 1 Tomb Spider for defense. Kind of a waste in my opinion. Alright, so right now we are in a good position to move on to their base as soon as we get this up. We can still make turrets for some reason. Surprising. And we are bringing the monolith back to life. That's good. Alright, so the best thing about the monolith in the campaign is that it does send units flying everywhere, and also it gives you the ability to reinforce from the front lines. Now, Necrons can actually teleport onto the monolith, which is great, but some things can't. Vehicles can't teleport onto there, and also Immortals cannot teleport. Now, Immortals did gain the ability to teleport onto structures in the Soulstorm expansion, but we're not running that right now, so it's a little bit unfortunate that they didn't have that in this game. Not exactly something that'll change how I play the game, but it is something that's annoying. So right now we'll start production of anti-vehicle. Actually, you know what? We'll get some Lord Destroyers, because we know that Chaos has better vehicles than Necrons. That's not because Chaos has good vehicles, that's because Necron vehicles suck. So get the Warriors up. Got the Flayed ones. Keep those in the base, I guess. Alright, so basically what I want at this point is the Chaos things, like the Chaos tanks. So we do have both of our Lord Destroyers. And the Chaos do have a... I'm not talking about the Defilers, I'm talking about their Chaos... They're actually... The metal boxes with turrets on them. That's what I want. Okay, so this thing actually has a really good set of abilities for capturing vehicles. It'll put the vehicle in stasis, and then it'll capture the vehicle, which is actually something that's really, really good. Now, what I'm gonna do now is look for them, and it seems like they might actually not be here. Stronghold might not actually be strong enough to have them right now.
My friend, it will make your destruction all the sweeter.
Oh, there it is. So first of all, we'll place that in stasis. And then we'll capture that vehicle. No, don't attack it. I think 5 is ready for another jump, is it? Okay, so let's add this to our other vehicle group. We'll get 6 ready. We'll get the pariahs ready as well. And it seems like... No, actually that's our own fire. So I'm looking for the other metal box. They're called Predators. It shows just how much I've played the game, or when was the last time I played this game. So actually jump the monolith back up. Do a little bit of scouting. They should have a second metal box. This seems to be like the filers. So the reason that I want these Chaos Predators is because they give that sort of fire support that's very, very rare in Necrons. So just gonna go ahead and do that again. Tomb Spiders is more than a match for Defilers, especially with the support from the other units. Okay, so now we actually have what we need to start attacking their main base. That's very, very good. They're still capable of sending only Zerglings at us, so I feel like something seems to be wrong here. That seems to be a common theme in the strongholds. The initial attack they send at you is actually the best one. And once you start playing Necrons, you sort of understand how noisy the other races actually are. But that's okay. Alright, so let's get our units ready. Seem to have done the good old kill the Chaos Space Marine. What we'll do now is we'll jump in, we'll use our Nightbringer, and that will tank for the rest of our things. I'll actually teleport this monolith in here as well. And what I'll also do is I will teleport the Necron warriors in here. And also summon these squads of flayed ones. So you can see how we got most of our army in here really, really quickly. That's actually what makes the Necron really, really strong. Now the Nightbringer is actually not in the right position in that it's not tanking for the rest of our units, but the fact that we do have flayed ones is good. Because, they're dying a little here, but this monolith is actually keeping everything sort of dead, or at least flying, so that they're not dealing any damage. So that's good. What we really want to have is Scarabs fixing the monolith, but the monolith itself doesn't seem to be taking too much damage. Flayed ones are dying, but that's perfectly fine. We'll get the things on the turrets, and these things can attack the turrets as well. They do deal good damage against all unit types, which is kind of why I wanted them. So now that the Lord is back into Lord form, we can get our flayed ones back and continue the attack. Seems like they are sending Zerglings to defend the base again. Not exactly a poor decision, considering how all they seem to be able to make are Zerglings. But the Zerglings themselves aren't going to be helping very much. Seems like our Tomb Spider actually got killed. But that's okay, we got some better tanks now. Get these things back. Alright, so the next jump I'll put over here. And the reason I'm doing that is because that will put us closer to the objective as well as closer to all of the units. So that's going to allow us to provide more support fire from our monolith as well as just move closer to the objectives. Also moving our units closer, that's good. Probably should attack the little guns instead of anything else. It's kind of unfortunate how our best units are there handling the Zerglings. Now, another good thing about these tanks is that these tanks actually cost 5 vehicle supply, whereas our Necron Lord, our Lord Destroyers, cost 3 supply. So by possessing these, we're actually gaining 2 supply per tank and vehicle, and actually working to Wait, 10 supply. Right, that's a tomb spider. That's what's taking up the other supply. I thought I was talking about things that are not true again. Should be unfortunate. So Lord's Resurrection is almost up again. And we seem to have been doing a really good job at this. Lord himself is sort of being a slack, wanting to kill more Zerglings. I don't blame him. I mean, killing Zerglings is a really strategic move because it does allow him to get more war gear. And I'm actually kind of tempted to kill more Zerglings, which should delay the mission, but I don't want to do that. I think playing on hard gives you more than enough kills to get all your war gear. If anything, you might want to farm the defense ones, the defense victories, because there is a war gear for 5 defensive victories.
See the fate of my crusaders. They will cleanse you.
Trash talk right when the mission is over.
Reject the word of chaos, my lord. The faithful here are not strong enough.
It is a poor shepherd who blames his flock, Apostle. This failure is yours and yours alone.
No, I will not go to the Basilica of Torments again.
Fear not, Apostle. The Basilica is reserved for those who may redeem themselves.
No. No!
You will have no such chance.
He made a bloody mess.
In the most ancient of Eldar myth cycles, there are tales of the Necrons' bloodthirsty deities clashing with the powers of the Warp. Thus, the Necron assault on the Chaos Stronghold was something of a reenactment of that prehistoric war. The merciless wave of the material Necrons clashing with the unbridled madness of the Immaterium. Despite black sorceries and the rage of foul demons, even the traitor Space Marines could not stop the unending tide of Necrons. The Nightbringer's servants remained in Deimos for some time after their victory, seemingly focused on purging the very soil there, which had been tainted by the power of the Warp. Necron Goss weaponry atomized every last Chaos Temple and artifact left, not to mention all the corpses and the unfortunates who survived the initial attack. By the time the Necrons moved to their next target, the peninsula had become a scorched desert of ash and dust.
That's funny. I thought we get war gear for one race defeated. Alright, so let's take a look at our commander. We seem to have gone up in kills. I'm not exactly sure how many. Now, a question I have for the viewers. Sometimes the races will actually try to attack each other, and sometimes they can actually defeat the other race's strongholds. Now, should I actively be trying to prevent that? And if that happens, should I move in to stop them, or should I reload? I'd like to get your opinion on that. Should I take it that the Tau is able to defeat the Space Marines if they choose to attack their next turn, or should I reload so that they don't do that? As for now, the Necrons have taken their first stronghold, so we'll be moving probably towards Orcs next. Another thing I want to do is move towards Tau, because Tau itself is actually really annoying, and I would like to kill their stronghold before they get too strong. Although, looking at how they're 13 right now, probably impossible to get there and kill them before they're 15, considering how we don't have this Fury ability. So yeah, that's the end of this. See you guys in the next stronghold, I guess.